After years of praying and planning, Chris and Sidney, your big day is finally here.
Doesn't feel like too long ago that you caught my eye for the first time. I remember seeing you in the halls at Northwest before freshman year started and thinking you were someone that I'd like to be with. A couple of years later, that dream came true, and here we are. You're my best friend, my soulmate, my high school sweetheart, and soon to be my wife. You have loved me through all of the good times and the bad, and I couldn't be more grateful for you and all you have done for me. I didn't know it at the time, but God gave me my biggest blessing back in 2016 when you came into my life. Sidney, I love your kindness, your humor, and your passion to serve others. But most of all, I love your big heart and how you love so deeply. I promise to make you laugh every day. I promise to support you every day while listening to funny stories about your students. I promise to take you to App State football games. I promise to think about letting you listen to Taylor Swift in the car. But above all else, I promise to always be in your corner and love you until the end of my days. I love you.
Christopher Paul, I cannot believe the day we become one is finally here. I'm filled with all the emotions and memories of the last 8 years we've spent together. I think about when we first met and became friends and how no one had ever made me smile or laugh the way that you did. How you were so easygoing, yet so spontaneous and adventurous. When we began dating at 16 years old, I knew that there was something special about you. Something that I had never seen in anyone else before. Even though we were just kids, I fell in love with you so quickly. I knew that you were the one that God chose for me. When I look at you, I still get those same butterflies I did as a 16-year-old girl. And what a blessing it has been to grow up with you. A story that I often reflect on is when we were home from college. I went to clean out your book bag and throw away some old papers and journals that you had. You quickly said, "Sidney, don't throw that away." This was a journal that had every single note or drawing that I had ever given you since junior year of high school. I asked you how long you had this journal and why these letters were in your college book bag, to which you replied, "I just like to keep them with me wherever I go." That story is just one testament of how you've always loved me in ways that I never even knew were possible. For that, I'm so grateful. Thank you for loving the parts of me that aren't always easy to love, for always being your gentle and funny self, and for being the most patient person I have ever known. Thank you for choosing me every single day. Chris, you are my best friend, my soulmate, the protector of my heart. To have you standing in front of me moments away from becoming your wife is truly the biggest honor and title of my life. Today, as I stand before you, I vow that I will cherish you and love you forever. I vow that I will never stop appreciating you for all the big and little things. I vow that I will strive to continue learning from your patient heart. And lastly, I promise to keep God at the center of our marriage as long as we both shall live. I love you.
It is now my honor and privilege to present to you all for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins.
I've pictured this moment ever since your engagement was official. Chris, as a dad, all I ever wanted for Sidney was to surround herself with people who show her respect, love, compassion, patience, and someone who appreciates her sense of humor.
You've overcome the ups and the downs, and that lets you know that you can do this.
I can't wait to see what the future holds for you and Chris.
To the newlyweds.